Hello?
Ew. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you're coming through my phone for some reason.
That's weird.
I'll fix it. Check one.
What's hilarious is we're live now, and I totaled this totally ready for a show. What day is this?
That sounds familiar.
So perfect. Joined by a large gold coin this morning. Yeah. Good morning, Warren Ruddles. Nice to see you. Warren Ruddle. Sorry.
Oh man, my video's not even on. Jesus Christ.
Nope, right, there you are. My bright little star. Across miles and miles of trials with smiles. I'm quoting obscure Moody Blues records because I can.
Like you do.
Happy quiz day. May today be the day that everyone stays in? Yeah, sure. I'm not sure that's going to happen. Good morning, Deb.
Good morning, sure.
Good morning, Andrew. Nice to see you guys here this morning. We have no idea what's going on. Hello.
Is that Fred Eater?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that motherfucker's podcast is fire.
Yeah, you sent me a direct link.
You remember
today,
when
I'll definitely get on that.
Yeah, we had him on here, I don't know, months ago, whatever it was, chatting about Star Trek and all that other fun shit, right? Great guy, total radio voice. We both said, "What the hell are you doing? You have to start a podcast." Well, he did, and it's very, very good. I caught a couple of the first episodes. I think one of them was about Star Trek, so I mean, I was sort of like just mandatory listening as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
But yeah, just like he's got the whole thing down, and his latest one is just, it's well put together, actually inspirational, even though it's really, really dark. I'm proud of him, man. It was really, really well done.
Good deal. We'll check that out when we're out the air today. That's gonna be my next hour after this.
Highly recommended.
Yeah.
He sounds like a pro too.
Fred made me happy cry twice the other day with his podcast. Nice. Yeah, it's
good
crying
shit
on the internet. Hey, that's my gig. What the?
Yeah.
Good morning. You just woke up from a dog snuggle nap. Those are the best, aren't they? I miss dog snuggle naps. I only get them when I was only getting them when Corey and Babs would go out of town and leave me to dog sit for them, and I would wake up, covered in dog hair but very happy.
Yep.
So
that's a thing that happens. All right, sharing this out to a couple places.
Amazon had my coffee here at 8:30 a.m. So my day started out hopefully. Cool.
All right.
Yeah. I'm checking in on comments here, and Fred saying thank you. I'm happy you said that. Thank you for starting me. I forget sometimes that we do inspire other people. Like I think it's just so crazy. I can't get my head around it. But
yeah,
we do. We actually, there's people that approach me and tell me, hey, if you hadn't done this, I wouldn't have done that. If you hadn't started this, I wouldn't have started that. And I like some days I forget why we're doing what we're doing. And this is a good reminder for me. This is why we're doing this. We want everybody to do this. We think all of you have something valuable to say. That's why we love seeing you in our comments. Yeah.
Yep.
I guess we should share this back to that other platform. Is what we should do. Give us a like and a share if you'd be so kind. We would really appreciate your support in that way. We're at 189 subscribers, slowly climbing to our goal, which is 1,000, and we would love to have your help with that. So tell your friends why you watch us. Try that on.
There you go.
Hashtag coffee. Live now. Come talk TV and science with us.
So speaking of TV,
yes,
and ugly crying in your house, we watched the Michelle Obama documentary yesterday.
Oh, it's on my list. Haven't seen it yet.
I mean, it just like it would be good no matter what, but it's like especially considering we in our little hashtag coffee family or whatever. Like we spend a lot of time looking at all of the things that are going wrong, right?
Yeah.
And it's jarring because you see how far down the well we've gone.
Right.
Just in the reminders of what it was like to have not only like a rational human, but some genuinely good people in the White House. to then just like, oh man, things are really bad, because like we're inured to it now. Like we're numb to how terrible all this stuff is. Like how long did we cover the Flynn thing? And yesterday that completely and totally blew up, like utterly. Never mind that he's completely and totally guilty and admitted it and admitted a bunch of other crimes besides. We're just gonna drop it now. Like that's where we live. It's crazy pants. Anyway,
yeah, I get that same feeling from listening to the Pod Save America guys, who all four worked in the Obama White House, and I find listening to them gratifying yet frustrating, because I know that these are soluble problems. These are guys who worked in, I mean, the economic recovery from 2008 to 2012 was no fucking joke. And David Axelrod, he famously told them one day when they were very frustrated, well, hard things are hard. That's what, that's hard things are hard. And he left Obama a plaque that said that when he left the White House. And they were all mad about it in the moment, but they realized that they were extraordinarily privileged to be chosen to do those hard things every day. There's another really good documentary on HBO, if you have it, called The Last Year. And it follows Ben Rhodes and some of the other senior staffers in the last year of the Obama administration, as they were trying to get, John Kerry and others trying to get a lot of extraordinary things done, like Cuba, like the Iran deal. And it's an extraordinary documentary, but at the beginning of it, they're all like, oh no, Trump, we're not, not at all worried. Hillary's going to win. But by the end, everywhere they went internationally, people would say they were very worried about Trump, and it became clearer and clearer that they were going to do a lot of really important stuff and run very hard and very fast through the tape at the finish line. And then Donald J. Trump was, if he won, going to take a giant shit on all of it. And that's exactly how that played out. And I feel a lot of empathy for those guys for having worked that hard to move us in the right direction, and for us to backslide for 4 years. Well, 3.5 years. Yeah,
indeed. So yeah, for instance, what you do matters. Never believe otherwise. Just going back to the comments here, and Fred actually has a description in his latest episode. And again, it's Fred's Front Porch. I searched it on my podcast app, and it just came up. That really got me. That like honestly sounded like it was written by some fucking professional philosopher. It was just really really good. So Jenny said, what is it, 1,000 subscribers and how many hours of view time? I think it's like 4,000 hours of view time, but we're going to blow past that if we haven't already. So that's not an issue.
Yeah. Subscribers that's the nut. That's what we have to,
because we are legit niche. Bubba says he watches us for degaslighting. That might be the biggest compliment that we will get all day.
Yeah.
Because I lose my fucking mind about that shit. I don't know if you've noticed that before, but it's real. Oh my god. Yeah, Fred said I watched So My Day Begins Rationally. I will engage the pandemic imbeciles later. I need to step this week to do that. I can't even. I'm not.
Okay.
I don't even know what it's about. I just know it's stupid.
Okay, well, I'm glad that Fred brought that up, because I'm going to drop a link in the thread. Reddit has an amazing debunking thread up about that film, and breaks it down minute by minute, all the lies told, all the bullshit in it. Plandemic, fucking break. Yes, what a good plan.
Oh yeah, and congrats to Doreen too about the mailers. She's sending some politics mailers out in Oklahoma for a candidate out there, and just to see Doreen and to see other people just doing super proactive stuff. I mean, that's why just for me, I had to start not 100-day challenge, because that's fucking lame. So I started 2. just because I needed it. I was in a freaking
That's so
nosedive.
Corey.
I really
That
was.
is so Corey.
Well, this is the thing. Like, if I don't set the challenge aggressive or scary enough, then I'll it just won't stick. Like, it's got to scare the piss out of me.
Okay.
I have to be constantly worried about failure, otherwise I will fail, which is really weird, but true.
Nice. Oh yeah. So that never occurs to me, Jareen, to report people that are sharing that shit. It never occurs to me to do it.
Cher posted about that, the fact that she was going to start reporting and then blocking.
Right.
I think I hit 5 or 6 yesterday because
Nice.
I'm not engaging. I'm not telling anyone about it. Like, if you share stuff that is just provably going to get people killed, then I'm going to turf you out of my life and report you on Facebook because it's proactive.
Nice. Okay.
Anyway, so you want to start with? I mean, I kind of started with TV already.
Yeah, I've got a pretty cool science story. I think sometimes about, I wish I had a better head for math because the sciences fascinate me, and particularly anthropology. So I'm gonna throw a link in here from the Atlantic. Why a medieval woman had lapis lazuli hidden in her teeth.
What?
It's a pretty cool deconstruct of a story about a woman who was studying dental plaque. You can tell what people were eating, what their nutrition levels were like, and things like that. And she found little flecks of lapis lazuli in this woman's mouth, like embedded in her teeth. And she was a scribe. She was a medieval scribe, which we tend to think of as only monks, only like male monks. We tend to think of that as a strictly male domain. And that is apparently not the case. So I'm actually going to drop the link right in here.
Okay.
I just love a good anthropology mystery.
I was gonna say I kind of feel though that this is probably only hitting our airwaves because you googled lapis lazuli, whatever you call it.
No,
because of Minecraft. This is a Minecraft connected story.
It's really not. No, that was not how that happened at all.
Okay.
No, I actually when I log on to Google, I get like a set of I guess they're called pocket stories, like 8 or 10 news stories that pop up in my feed right away. And because science is one of the categories that I clicked, I tend to get science stories, and so this is just one of those. It happened to pop up in my feed, and I knew what lapis lazuli was before I started playing Minecraft. So that's cool. Ted Mark, hi, Kathy Brinkman. Yeah, no, definitely not Minecraft related. Sorry to disappoint you guys. Yeah. That's essentially what it was. It was so rare and valuable that you didn't want to waste any of it. So good stuff. Oh, bye, Corey left. Corey, bye. Let's talk about him while he's gone. Lapis lazuli is a mineral. How about that? That's a pretty good start. Let me find it. Ultramarine is the material, and it's a pigment. It's used to make blue, and it was worth its weight in gold because all of it came from a single source in Iran, or what's now Iran, during that time frame. So all the artistic renditions of the Virgin Mary where she's wearing blue, that's the only pigment that would make that blue. So it was extraordinarily valuable and sought after back in the day. Yep. Yeah. So we were talking about you while you were gone.
Cool.
Yeah, see, Ginny, lapis lazuli is used for enchanting stuff in Minecraft. That's right.
There it is.
See, I didn't say that. I want to make sure you get.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So Ginny posted the other day like a thing about how come my son's portal and my portal don't connect, and I was like, I understood that reference.
Yeah, I almost wish you could sort of make them directional, and so that you could plan it, because that would definitely enhance our netherworld network for sure.
Yeah, there are plugins that do that.
What?
Yeah, there are plugins that map portals for you.
Right. Yep. Yeah, we should probably mention the polar vortex. My mom mentioned above that there's going to be snow up there because she's actually still in Canada. But but I imagine Casey, you'll probably get some of that as well. I've seen the calculator, Ginny. I just I think I tried using it once and it defaulted to a different one like that, but I probably just calculated it wrong. Anyway, yeah, we really want to increase the scope of our miniature civilization. By the way, on request, Bob was asking if we could try to do church on Friday evenings.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try it out at 5 o'clock today.
Okay.
You're cool with that?
Yeah, I'm not sure where I'll be, but I'll take my laptop wherever that is, and
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that goes.
And speaking of the
'cause
weather,
Sunday's
we got
so dark.
all of our windows and doors open today. It's in the low 70s here. It's flipping gorgeous out. It's absolutely beautiful today.
Nice.
It's
Still
gonna get warmer,
still
but
Miami weather.
we're actually talking about there may be a subtropical low pressure system over the Gulf by Thursday, Friday. So welcome to the weirdest weather in the world.
Jeez, willigers.
Yep. Yes. Okay, so TV. We were going to talk about TV, unless you had some more sciencey stuff that you wanted to.
No, I definitely I've been. I think my favorite initial thing about the 100-day challenges, 'cause again, like I'm doing the TED Talks in the morning because I've been watching too much news and it's been making
wait.
me
Okay, stop.
psycho.
Where did you decide to do that? Because my thought was you should do it in Church of Reason group, since it already exists and it's sort of those like-minded people.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it in its own group because I have a bit of a bigger vision for it potentially.
Okay.
That requires it to be separated. But I mean, I should probably share it into those things, but I want to keep it separate because there's and I can tell you about it off air. I'm too scared to mention it out loud. Yeah, because it's a tad ambitious.
Okay.
But yeah, I need to keep it separate for now.
Okay.
Well, that's weird. Chat disconnected for a second. So like I try and like the first day, because it's 2 days in, I have all this experience now. That was a joke. I kind of got a bunch of it done in the morning, but I really want to see how much I can get done between like 5:30 and 8 o'clock in the morning. Because I kind of
that's insane, but okay.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna get up around then anyway, because usually during the week I have to get up around then,
get the dogs out.
Michelle So this morning I managed to get both check-ins and kind of all the writing I wanted to get done and everything done before 8 o'clock in the morning. So that was kind of fun. But it does mean that like after that I can kind of do guilt-free whatever the fuck I want.
Right.
Like outside of this, and I've got another show at noon. I'm actually remember Arathy.
Yep.
I'm doing a Zoom call with her at noon. But yeah, so other than that, I get to kind of do whatever the hell I want. And yesterday, I was watching some stuff, and the day before too, and it was good. I've kind of run out of good sci-fi stuff.
Right.
But we watched. I started watching the Bastard Executioner.
I don't know about this one.
You said you got into The Last Kingdom.
Yeah.
I really liked that one too. This is kind of like that, only not as good.
Okay.
Yeah. But I also it's a couple of days ago I was watching Civilization. I turned on that the Teeny Bopper show. Never Have I Ever. It's been in the top 10 on Netflix. It's super cheesy, but it was really good.
Interesting.
I don't even know if it was super cheesy. It's just fucking made for teenagers, and I am not one. So, anyways, if anyone has any good sci-fi ideas, I am all ears because
I have not checked out Vikings yet. I think I maybe watched the first episode and it never caught with me. I guess I should
Vikings
check that one out, huh?
way better. It's like I like Last Kingdom. Vikings is way better than Last Kingdom.
All right. I will check it out.
Huge fan.
Let's see, Ginny. I'm not going to go into how long it takes it takes me to pick my songs for his post. I don't know if you've been watching that, Corey. I've been doing a thing where it's a 30-day song challenge where every day is a different, pick a cover song that you love.
Like everyone's doing like videos in the comments and stuff.
That's
like that.
I wanted people to do that. Just dropping a song title doesn't help. It's much better if you can click on things in the thread And like, I don't know, I think some of those have gone to 120, 130 replies
awesome.
in those threads. And it's day 28, so I'm almost out. But I actually found another list, and I'm not going to talk much about it, except to say it was a friend kind of posted it sarcastically in response to that thing I'm doing. But it's so funny that I think we might actually do this list for the next 30 days.
Okay.
And then I thought I could probably write my own list of 30 days of song challenges, things that to make you think of songs and expose others to them. So
Right.
I actually been really enjoying this.
And you know what you could do if you wanted to get super ambitious? You could get the YouTube videos, play them through OBS and record it and post it to library as a set list.
Wouldn't that be a copyright problem?
Library doesn't give a fuck.
Huh. YouTube
libraries on the blockchain. That's the best thing about it. Like they can't and won't stop anything that you do for any reason.
Right.
It's pretty boss. Anyway, but I know that would take a long time, but that's like you could do a radio show and never have to worry about it, basically.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, Ginny says she's got her own list. She's been waiting to start. Get it, sister. Do it. Get on it. I'm ready to play. And I love that. Like what I love most about being a radio broadcaster, where I got to actually program. I did a 5-hour evening show on a local station, and it was probably the last local station where I had some programming control. I could program about half of my time. So 2.5 hours of the selections I played on my show 5 nights a week for several years were of my choosing. And it was big band and nostalgia was the format. Music of Your Life, it was called. So music from the 20s to the 90s, often covers of classic tunes, we were the first band anywhere to play Diana Krall. We were playing, modern, like Tony Bennett's duets of all the great, the songbook stuff. But what I love most about that is exposing people to music they maybe hadn't heard before. That was my favorite part of working in radio broadcasting, was being able to bring something to the table and have somebody call me or message me and say, in the old days, they had to actually send you a postcard to tell me that I would, that they loved that. Like I had a Greg Whittaker underground for a while. I had a bunch of high school kids that would listen to our station because in band they were playing a lot of classic jazz tunes, and for them to hear Sing by Benny Goodman from like 1934, whenever that was, they didn't want any of their friends to know they listened to me. So I had this like underground teenage listening core of big band and nostalgia fans, and I absolutely loved being able to bring them music they hadn't heard before. That was a cool part of that. So that's why I'm liking the song challenge thing.
Indeed.
Yeah. Nice. Could do Tori Amos for literally every day. Fact. Yeah. That's isn't that funny how there are some artists that just they lend themselves to this kind of thing? Like, their songbook is so expansive that you could do a lot of different things with them. Yeah, Fred Eater, Diana Krall is excellent, way underestimated. Yeah, as a pianist, not just as a singer. And she's also Mrs. Elvis Costello, which is lucky bastard. So she's from Vancouver Island, actually, out in British Columbia. Yeah, I think my favorite album of hers is actually her debut, All For You, which is all covers of Nat Cole songs. And we think of Nat King Cole as the crooner, but he was an extraordinarily gifted jazz musician. And his early stuff, his early piano work, along with Lionel Hampton, was pretty fucking amazing. And she does a great job of covering all of those great songs. It was one of my dad's favorite albums as well before he passed away. Dave Myers, you're late. It's okay. We're not in a hurry. We don't even know what day it is. So,
Dave, I don't know if you have released your poster yet, so I don't want to talk about it too much. I just want to congratulate you on how awesome it is. And I like legit, like we can't hang anything up here. We've like all of our sort of pictures that we have framed and stuff. They're just like sitting on shit. I don't give a fuck. I still want one. It's like commemorating how fucking bullshit this year is by buying an original print.
I mean, the set so far, his coronavirus stuff so far, there's the COVID virus one he did. There's the caring heart emoji that he did.
Yeah, that was
now
good
the murder hornet one. These are all pretty good things. I'm also wearing my Dave Myers original angry snowflake T-shirt this morning, which is a commentary on Donald Trump. You can check him out on TeePublic. Dave Meyer's illustration on on TeePublic. And I guess he probably, last I checked, there were 18 or 20 designs there you could buy on T-shirts or mugs or stickers, and you should do so because Dave Meyer's is fucking amazing.
That is a fact.
Yeah,
Stone
we're lucky.
cold fact.
Boxer Cat, it's okay, Dave. I'm one of 2 people on the earth who doesn't like Elvis Costello. You know what's funny is I never cared for him in the moment, but over time I'm definitely catching up to him as a songwriter and an inspiration for others. So yeah, I like that about him. He's also a pretty funny dude. So yeah.
Hydrogen is obviously the most common element in our universe.
Obviously.
So microbes can live and grow in an atmosphere of pure hydrogen, lab experiments show. The finding could widen the range of environments where astronomers seek signs of alien life. That's kind of a massive shift in that space. Seeger and her colleagues placed yeast and E. coli, both considered stand-ins for other single-celled organisms, in small bottles with some nutrient broth. The researchers displaced the air in 6 bottles and replaced it with pure hydrogen gas, pure helium gas, or a mixture of 80% and 20% to carbon dioxide. A final set of bottles was left with the earth air every few hours. The researchers removed some of the microbes with hypodermic needles to count how many were alive. The microbes had replicated in every atmosphere tested, the team reports May 4th in Nature Astronomy. In addition, E. coli in particular produced several gases that already are considered potential biosignatures. Signs of possible life if found in other planets' atmospheres, including ammonia, methanethiol, whatever the fuck that is, nitrous oxide. That's pretty intense.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Bubba Viz says that if we're talking about music, Baroque classical is about all I listen to. Bach, Vivaldi, Handel, Lully, Pugliosi. Yeah, Baroque is it's almost tedious to me. Like from Mozart forward is my favorite classical era. Like the Mozart, Beethoven, and then the sort of musical impressionists of the 19th century. That's my jam.
Dave just said I'm designing masks right now for TeePublic. There was one picture that I saw of a little baby Yoda holding the coffee mug, but then I was gonna buy it, but I couldn't find it. So if someone were to draw the baby Yoda with a coffee mug and maybe throw all hail on it, I would buy it that day. I would have no choice.
Andy Beals, most common element on Earth is stupidity.
Can confirm.
It's one of the ancient Greek elements. Is fire, earth, air, water, stupidity. That's pretty much.
No, that checks out.
Yeah,
that checks out hard.
Andy also says one of my bandmates in his 20s can't get his head around the idea that jazz was once popular music. Fact. I've been feeding him Ellington and Basie as he's our pianist. Emphasis on Count. Count Basie is my favorite. I fucking adore Count Basie. That's some good stuff. Hello. Donna's on the phone. Laugh Track's on the phone.
Laugh Track.
Yeah.
Yep. So what else? We watched a movie last night. This is not going to end well because I don't remember the name. God damn it.
Thanks for bringing it to our attention.
Yep. Good talk.
Say what it's about. Maybe we can.
It was in the top 10 again. I really wish I could remember the name. It was really well done. It was about this Squamish or some shit like that. This little tiny town. And basic sort of love triangle fare, but it was done really well.
Okay.
Yep.
Have you watched Yesterday?
Damn it.
The movie about the English kid that gets hit by a bus and then suddenly he's the only person that knows the Beatles existed.
No, we still haven't watched it.
It's really cute. It's charming.
It's I just Googled it. It's called The Half of It.
The Half of It? Okay. Mm-hmm. You don't know the half of it. I get that. Nice. Yep. What else have I watched? I don't know. We're like I had never watched Mad Men. So we're binging Mad Men, and it's painful to watch how the women were treated and coped in that environment. What was just shrugged off by men. Not even particularly the lead character, although he's got a lot of that chauvinistic good guy chauvinism going on.
Right.
His
Like,
character.
yeah, even the good guys, it was just the way it was. Did we talk about Miss America yet?
No.
We watched basically all of that in 2 days, and it's kind of amazeballs.
What is it?
It's on Hulu. Basically a historical walkthrough of the Equal Rights Amendment. Gloria Steinem's in
Oh,
it,
yeah,
and, all that stuff.
Know about it. Haven't seen it yet.
And the character you follow the most is the Republican woman that basically starts up the women's movement against the ERA, because what they really want to do is be slaves in their own homes.
Right.
And that part of it is really, really dark, because you could kind of see the Southern strategy is kind of already taking place, but to keep her coalition together, she
Right.
makes these Faustian bargains with anti-abortionist psychos and all the and the KKK, right? As it's all going, just because she wants to keep it moving. And the entire time she comes to these pivot moments where she has to realize that they don't care about her at all.
No.
All of this is basically to increase her own subjugation. But it's an interesting character study in that regard, because they kind of set it up as what she has really always wanted was to be significant and to accomplish something, and this is her biggest accomplishment, so she can't stop, right? Which is interesting. It was really well done. There's actually one part where they're sitting in one of the congressional offices, and there's a few ladies there, and this one brunette, at the end of some conversation, because they're talking about maybe doing a debate with this other lady or whatever, she finally just says, "No, that's okay. I don't really want the limelight." And it was Ruth Bader Ginsburg. we had to go back and watch that one again. They just slide it in there.
Radio Lab did a limited series podcast about historic Supreme Court decisions, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg was in one of those episodes, and it was pretty remarkable, because there was audio of her appearing before the Supreme Court, and it wasn't even her case. She was there on an unrelated matter, and the attorney on the case asked her if she would answer some questions about gender in court decisions, and there's actual audio tape of her in that era testifying before the Supreme Court as an attorney in someone else's case with no notes, just spontaneously showing up and being the expert. She happened to be there for something else that day, and so she had no briefing, no information before the Supreme Court justices started banging away with questions, and it's actually pretty remarkable. So that's definitely worth listening to. Ginny, I hate Mad Men because of the way the women were treated. I agree, but I actually think that maybe that's why men in this era should watch it.
Yeah, I agree.
I think there's a lot of lessons there for us as men. So on that basis, I've been enjoying it. Also, as Boxer Cat reminds me, the sets and the clothes in that show are fucking perfect, man. The period right down to typewriters, glasses, drink carts, just amazing. Just really, really beautiful show. So been enjoying it on that basis for sure.
Excellent.
Yeah. Bubble Viz Mongol, The Rise of Genghis Khan, 2007. It has English subs. I can recommend it. I will check that out.
Awesome.
Ginny says, hubby and I have been watching Let's Play, so unless you enjoy watching other people play video games, I'm not that helpful. That sounds like something I would watch. Yeah, Pay It Forward, another great movie. That's true. That is a great movie. Yeah. Yeah. She's like Warren and the not needing note things. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. That is fucking amazing. Yeah. Yep. I love that she and Antonin Scalia were friends. I like that she and he hung out together. They performed in an opera together. They, that's remarkable to me that they could be friends. So I don't know. I don't know why I find that fascinating, but I do.
Zoe, Upload on Prime. Totally freaking fantastic. We watched that. That's another one that we watched in 2 days because we just couldn't get enough of it. We're looking forward to.
Ginny, I'm watching Mad Men because it reinforces my determination that Trump will not be allowed to treat my granddaughter as I was treated. Boom. Yeah, Upload on Prime is really good. I got 4 episodes and I haven't picked it back up yet, but yeah, I actually like Upload. That's good stuff. Ginny
Yes.
makes a good point, but it's only lessons if someone is there to explain why the behavior is bad. Otherwise, it's a template. Yeah. I'm not above using a TV show to do that to my clients, to actually express to them, what it is that they can change to not. They don't have to be like their dads or their granddads because their granddads were that way. I've used TV shows for that in the past. So yeah. Little Fires Everywhere. I have not seen. Michelle, where is Little Fires Everywhere? What platform is that on?
I think that's on Hulu.
Oh, I lost your audio. Hang on a minute. Let me just soften.
Yes. Yeah, I haven't actually seen that one either. Checkity check. Check 1 2. Blurp de blurp.
Yeah, I got
No?
you back now. I got you. It's on Hulu. I don't have Hulu currently. I'd love to fix that, but I don't have the money to do it right now.
Oh, we caught the end of or we're not sure if it's the end actually. Westworld. Huge fan. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just catching up on a couple of things here. Yeah, I don't have much else in my head this morning.
Me neither.
Not much going on there. I'll tell you something on Netflix that is a dark watch, but probably worth watching is the Idris Elba series about child soldiers in Africa, Beasts of No Nation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I watched that a couple years ago, but it's freaking
super
good.
dark, but really, really good.
Can confirm.
You know what? I have HBO, Ginny, and Westworld. I can't the newest season. I can't get started with it. I know once I do, I'll get sucked in. It'll be good. But I haven't really glommed onto this newest season of Westworld yet. Yep, K-Pax. I remember that movie.
That's a great movie.
Kevin Spacey, right? Didn't he play the lead in that movie?
Yeah, back before he went away.
Yeah.
Great movie though.
Yep. Yep, we cut the cord and stream on our country fried internet. Iffy buffers, but cheap. Yeah, I tried to do Cody, I guess, is the streaming service, and we just had a terrible time finding content on Cody. It was it was too finicky for me, and it just wasn't. I wasn't enjoying the experience. I was using it to watch some English sports, European sports that we weren't getting here. Back when there were sports on television, that was good times. But
yeah, that's definitely one thing where like I couldn't care less. Like, oh no, we lost sports. Really?
Yeah. ESPN streaming Korean basketball, South Korean basketball league. Like, man, how desperate are we? We're watching South Koreans play basketball. Yeah,
that's a thing.
Okay, ESPN has a weird alternative channel that I've actually never seen, but I know about, called the Ocho, where they basically play all sorts of weird content the other day. And so apparently ESPN now every day from noon to 2 turns their programming over to the Ocho. And a friend of mine logged into it the other day, and what they were showing was, how when you were a kid, you used to make like a downhill path and roll marbles down it, like have marble races. They actually showed like an hour of marble racing on ESPN the other day.
That's awesome.
Which I thought was spectacular.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, it's like back when MTV got weird with M2 and played all sorts of crazy alternative videos. Yeah, it's kind of that kind of moment. Yeah.
Excuse me.
If you like to watch the absolute train wreck, which for sure do, I for sure do, I suggest Before the 90 Days. Amazingly Bad. I love it. I don't know. Before the 90 Days?
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. Interesting. Still no sports. Yep. Still no sports. That's man, I can't. I know people are down on television, but I find some amazing content to watch. I find some really great content to watch. And
who's down on television right now?
Well, Boxer Cat says theirs is shoved in the corner. It's like they don't watch much television.
Okay, fine. So Boxer's cooler than the rest of us. I get it.
See, Jareen, my husband watched a mayonnaise eating contest on the Ocho the other day.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't watch that, but I'm glad that content like that exists. Actually, that's the ridiculousness of where we are. So, yeah. Yeah, I've read. I would love to hear marble racing commentary. They actually had auto racing sounds and crowd sounds in the marble race. So,
That's
yeah,
freaking funny.
yeah. All right. I'll tell you something that I want to find, and I know it's out there. Remember the show Most Extreme Challenge MXC? Which was
No.
they took a Japanese game show where people did stupid shit and got their asses kicked on obstacle courses and all sorts of weird stuff.
Yeah.
And this is the genius of it to me. Like somebody tried to make an American show where they did the obstacle course stuff, and it was okay for a minute, and then it got old really quick. But that's not where the humor was in MXC. What they did was these three idiots from Los Angeles who had no money. They were all voiceover artists. They bought the rights to this Japanese game show for nothing. I mean, they paid $25,000 to own the U.S. rights to the entire series of like 8 seasons of this. And what they did is they went back and they did voiceovers. They did character voiceovers on the game.
Good.
That show killed me. And sometimes the funny part was people getting their asses, pounded by a giant rock rolling down a hill. But the commentary, the character commentary was brilliant. It's only 3 people. I think they used a total of 4 voices for the entire run of that show, and that's genius level. That's radio shtick right there. Only using video as the medium. So I just love the idea of that show, that it cost them nothing to make it, and it was extraordinarily popular. That's just genius level stuff right there. Yeah. I watch a lot of garbage TV. I like to leave it on in the background when I draw and work. Yeah, Steven loved that show. Yeah, I think we're talking about MXC there. The American version of MXC was Wipeout. It's not even close to as good, right? But entertaining in some way. But they thought the funny part was people getting their asses kicked on obstacle courses. No, the best part of MXC was,
it's not like Wipeout didn't work for 6 or 7 seasons.
Was it on that long?
I think it was. I know it was on for multiple seasons. I'm going to Google it.
But it wasn't as funny. It wasn't as funny as MXC.
No, I do agree.
The vehicle for the humor in MXC was not. It didn't have anything to do. The slapstick was funny, but the main humor was in the names and the characters and all that. Casey says sports in particular feels like sitting around watching other people play games instead of going and doing something myself, like using up time from my life that I can't ever get back. I can't share that with you because I do get excited about certain sports moments.
Did I say there was 7 seasons?
Yeah,
there's exactly 7 seasons.
Nice.
But that is entirely luck on my part. Yeah. All right. Good talk.
Oh my goodness, Bubbleviz! I'm now in the process of rewatching all 720 episodes of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I skipped the filler episodes though. My goodness. Oof. Casey Marion, documentary, some movies, yes. Having the noise in the background sounds like fingernails on a blackboard really ups my stress level. It depends on what it is. Like I'm not keeping the news on anymore. I don't do that. I used to keep, MSNBC on throughout the day as I did other stuff, but I just right now I'm choosing to drop into the news cycle when something extraordinary is happening.
I have to do that too, and I'm still not perfect at it. I'm so used to, like, this morning, for example, like I actually did some VR boxing at like 5:30 in the morning, which and I could stream directly from the game. I didn't even know that you could do that. I just did it yesterday from Robo Recalls. I think I'm probably going to do that tonight just for the hell of it.
Wait, what is it you're playing that I'm not playing? What?
So it's on VR. So
fine.
Yeah, you can't.
I see how it is.
Sorry, but it's good stuff. Yeah, so I was doing boxing this morning, and I didn't even have coffee until like 8:30, like almost 3.5 hours after I got up this morning.
Right.
But yeah, I had to stop myself when making coffee to not automatically turn on, Chris Hayes or Rich Maddow, right? Like I just want to get through sort of a morning routine just where I block off a few hours where I don't automatically start that. Right. And I had to stop myself 4 times, right? Taking the dogs down. Okay, well, that's where the podcast starts up. Or making the coffee. That's where the podcast starts up. I had to interrupt all that stuff. I fucking suck.
Fred Eater says there are sports moments that are unforgettable. Bill Buckner comes to mind. Yeah, like and sometimes you're lucky enough to see those moments happen live, not just as something that you reminisce about. Like I can play the track call of Secretariat winning the Belmont, and I get emotional about that when Secretariat moving like a tremendous machine. It just blows me away that horse was just extraordinary. Watching Tiger Woods walk up the 18th fairway at the Masters, on the day he won the Masters. That was a pretty good moment, and I watched it live. And I never watched golf. I was only watching because I knew this was going to be a pretty extraordinary day. Yeah. So I like sports moments. I'm egghead enough to admit it, for sure. But I'm a Bucks fan. So, our glory moments are far and few between.
Maybe not now that we've got the isn't he like a big cheater?
Who's that?
Or what's his face? Who is playing sports ball for the Tampa Ball League?
Tom Brady?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, the quarterback from the Patriots who's now Buccaneer.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's involved in the Deflategate scandal, which apparently they were under pressurizing the footballs to make them easier to throw, and some stuff like that. So
that's really funny.
Yeah. He learned that from the head coach, basically.
Like you do. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And honestly, Brady's going to play 1 year, and then what? That's my problem as a Bucks fan. He's at the end of his career. He's going to play he's going to cash out with a big year in Tampa Bay. And then what do we do? What do we do? So
yeah, I used to be a pretty rabid Oilers fan, and just realized once Warren Ruddle said Edmonton Oilers that I'm actually wearing their shirt today.
A sports ball puck shirt.
A sports puck ice shirt.
Yeah.
Team.
I went to NHL games when the Tampa Bay Lightning were new. They used to play at the fairgrounds at the Tampa Fairgrounds in that horrible arena there. And I was amazed. I actually loved going to hockey games live. I never watched it on TV very much, but yeah, being in an NHL game, the speed of the thing is it's mind blowing to me. So yeah, I like going to NHL games. I've never ever been to a Major League Baseball game.
I have only because I played once at the Ray Stadium.
Tropicana,
yeah. And then stuck around for the rest of the game.
Yeah, Judy says, what, the Houston Oilers? Yes, the Houston Oilers hockey team. They're not the Houston Oilers. It's the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah. Yeah, I saw Evander Holyfield get his ear ripped off at a party. That's a thing. When Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield's ear off his head in the ring.
That's messed up.
That was not cool.
Nope, not cool at all.
What else you got, man? We've turned this into a sports show.
Okay, yeah, that's really weird. What movie series should we binge?
What movie series? Well, Star Wars. Duh. Next question.
Nah, I've already done that. Okay. And like recently. So not only all of Star Wars, but after that, we actually had the Disney Channel. So I watched all of Rebels and I watched all of Clone Wars. Actually, there's some episodes of Clone Wars that I haven't seen yet.
I've never ever watched an episode of Clone Wars.
They're honestly, they're as good as the movies, like legit. And they get better as time goes on. There's one, I think I was telling you about this. There's one episode or like a 2-episode arc in the 4th season of Clone Wars that is darker than fucking Platoon. Like it is you see more sentient beings die than in any Vietnam movie or war movie I've ever seen.
Really?
Yep. It's really dark.
Binge all the Kevin Smith movies. That's a thing.
Interesting.
I particularly like Dogma. Alanis Morissette as God is maybe my favorite thing ever.
That works out.
Brilliant.
That works really well.
That was brilliant. I'm into Clone Wars now, said Dave Myers. I finished Rebels a while back. I guess I gotta go I gotta go do
It's.
that.
I mean, if you mentioned Star Wars right off the bat, I mean,
Right.
you're sort of like behind.
Yeah. I agree with Fred Ader's suggestion here. Do both the Godfather films do not under any circumstances bother with part 3. Godfather 1 and 2.
Why?
It's terrible. It's awful. It's really
I
bad.
do-
It's
I
not
do remember
anywhere
seeing-
near the quality of the first 2.
I do remember seeing Godfather Part 1, but I don't know that I've ever seen 2 or 3.
Oh, see, the second one goes back to their father's immigration to America and his story. Like, in the second one, Michael was sort of the central character in the story. In the second one, it's about his father. Yes.
Fun fact: in The Rise of Skywalker, when Rey is hearing the voices of all the Jedi, Kanan from Rebels is one of the voices she hears.
Interesting.
That is awesome. Kanan is an amazing character. Rebels is really well done. I don't give a shit. They should do more of it. Although apparently they're not going to do any more Rebels. But
Well,
I mean,
there's a tie-in in the Mandalorian to the animated series. The black lightsaber.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Oh, the dark saber. Yeah. So
Right.
and they there's a whole arc about the sort of fall of Mandalore to the Empire and that kind of thing.
Right.
And I think they're finishing the sort of Siege of Mandalore arc right now, which I haven't seen, so that's going to be interesting. But yeah, like and Ahsoka's actually going to be in season 2,
Right.
and Clone Wars is basically kind of all about Ahsoka, I think.
Right.
Except that, of course, you sort of see that the Anakin Skywalker is falling apart bit by bit for years before he finally turns.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Bubba Viz says, my problem with the Godfather series is that you start to empathize with the criminals. Here's the thing. The birth of that in America is about being underserved by law enforcement. And we have to have that conversation about modern gang activity as well. There's a reason kids gravitate towards gangs in their neighborhoods, because the cops don't give a fuck. The cops don't enforce the law. The cops don't come to their neighborhoods and serve them. And that's essentially the Italian American immigration experience. And I'm sure it's true for every other ethnic minority who came here and were not given a fair shake. They ended up creating their own law and order system because they weren't served by the status quo. So I like it on that score. And the same is true in Sicily.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. True Blood. Yeah. Wes Anderson movies. There you go.
That's a good
Wes
idea.
Anderson movies are the shiznit, and I love his symmetrical framing. He does this thing with shots where everything is square and perfect in the shot. Yeah, Wes Anderson movies are definitely worth the time. Darjeeling Limited. I like that one a lot.
That is a good one. I remember that one.
Yep.
Good call,
Yeah.
guys.
Yep. Yeah.
I've stopped watching all media where the result is that you hope that a criminal not get caught by the police. Well, no more watching United States news. Flynn gets off. Anyway,
That's the American dream, buddy.
yep, there it is. Total absolute control of all. Well, you can't call it justice anymore.
So Elizabeth Boxer Cat took a fall on her skates and is now thinking she may have misunderestimated the damage. Yeah, I took
That's not
my
good.
first real bad skateboard bail when I was 38, and I mean it was a humdinger. I had two in a 6-month period. One, I went down a hill and couldn't make a corner and ended up on a gravel road, and I hit the ground with both hands and both knees, and just tore the skin off my palms of my hands and my knees. That was miserable. And then maybe 6 months later, I got going too fast and stepped off the skateboard and sprained my ankle really badly. So yeah, I can relate. But you're not dead. You can feel pain. So that's there you go.
Man, your pep talks are almost reaching Corey level.
Stop talking about Flynn, or I'll need another Klonopin. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I don't want to talk about it anymore either.
Yeah.
I paid for it's really good too.
Yep. I'll tell you what. I know that this is going to make Bubble Viz unhappy, but the first season of Narcos about Pablo Escobar was really good on Netflix. That's a really good series.
I don't know that I ever felt a millisecond of sympathy for him though.
Oh, I did. I absolutely did. The same
Really?
story. They come from a place that's so poor that no one in their neighborhood ever gets any help or served by the government. And he was truly a Robin Hood. That's why he stayed, on the loose for so long.
But it was just because he understood power.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's, redeemable in any way, but it's a good series.
But I get that there's nuance, but at the end of the day, like that, for me to feel sympathy, there has to be some redeemable capacity, and there just wasn't any.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it was extremely well done and totally worth watching. I agree.
Yeah.
Now, is it as good as Rebels and Clone Wars? No.
Yeah.
I think my favorite thing. I think my favorite thing about both of them is they spend so much time delving into the nature of the Force, which kind of makes it like The Good Place, right? Like it really, you're that dichotomy of good versus evil, kind of what it does or whatever. Like it's like 5 seasons of one and 7 seasons of the other, where it's just a constant sort of thing on it. Like that, man. Well, yeah, we can't talk about it until you watch it. It's like
So where are they're all on Disney Plus, right?
They are.
Nice. Okay. I can do that.
Yep.
I can do that.
They are.
All right. Well, buddy, you ready to wrap this up and get on with our weekend, since nobody is really clear on what day it is anymore?
And apparently your moral system has been corrupted. That's a little harsh there.
All right.
That's a little harsh there, buddy.
That's
just not real.
Well, Bubba, let me tell you a story. My last name is Smithwick, but my mom's family is Italian, and I spent more time with my Italian family than I did with my Irish English family growing up. And my grandfather was my mom's father was an Italian American from Brooklyn. My mom was born in Brooklyn, although she moved here when she was a little kid to Florida. But my grandfather, every Sunday after church, we would go to like Sambo's or Denny's or somewhere for breakfast. And then later in the day, his Knights of Columbus buddies would come by the house, and, they were all my uncles, Nicky Sadalina, these other guys. And they were all like, if you watch Goodfellas, watch the way those guys dress in Goodfellas with the bandlon shirts and the gold chains and the gold rimmed glasses. These were the guys that hung around with my grandfather, and they were all like retired sanitation engineers who were living in South Florida. So I had no idea for many, many years that while my grandfather wasn't part of that culture, his friends all were. Basically, when he was a kid in Brooklyn, you either went in the mob, joined the military, or you joined a union and had a trade. And my grandfather was a really talented tool and die man. So he worked in factories, making tools to make other tools for decades. But the point I want to make is that if the thing about mob movies, and this is particularly true of Goodfellas and that set of movies, is you empathize with them, but then it all goes horribly wrong, and you recognize that they're not redeemable. That choosing that life may seem really glorious and great early on, but at the end of the day, they're all ripping each other off and killing each other, and it's not cool. So if you want to book, and I won't recommend the movie because they changed the thing in the movie that personally hurt me, but the book Donnie Brasco is about a sting operation that actually took place here in Pasco County in West Coast of Florida. If you see the movie Donnie Brasco, they move it to Miami because that's much more glamorous, but where that story really happened was here. And in the book, the surveillance photos of the mobsters were at the Tahitian Motor Lodge in Holiday, Florida. And those actual guys in the story used to come into the bottle club where I worked late at night, and they were arrogant, irredeemable assholes, but they tipped well, right? So I have some direct contact with that culture, and it was never ever tempting for me to join them or to do stuff for them, because I understood what was going to eventually happen is you get so sucked in that you die, and you die violently and horribly and tortured. So it was never an attractive thing, and I think most people see it that way. But I also think,
even worse than dying, sooner or later you're put in a position where you might have to murder someone,
your friend, someone that you,
right? That's enough for me. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. You will have to murder someone. That's how you get made. There's no way to become an actual member without killing someone. And that's when Joe Pistone, the FBI agent at the center of Donnie Brasco, had to bail. They had to pull him out of deep cover because he was being made, and they were going to make him kill somebody. An FBI agent can't do that. So that's good stuff. Good stuff. Smithwick beer is fantastic. Casey, interesting fact. Yes, that is my family. And no, I have never had one because I stopped drinking before that was imported to the United States. I have a huge Welcome to Smithwick's Brewery banner from that my mom got. She toured the brewery. And when they found out she was a Smithwick, they sent her home with a banner. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, I've never had one. My daughters told me they're great. Yep. Yeah. Michelle, you did tell me that one of the guys from Donnie Brasco used to come to a bar that she worked in Tarpon Springs. Yeah, I used to see those actual guys that all ended up dead and were regulars at the bottle club where I DJ'd. And there was one of them that used to tip me a line of Coke or $20 every time I played Jump for Your Love by the Pointer Sisters. So I never want to hear that song again. I would play it 3 times a night when he was in the club. So I never want to do that again.
Wow. That song is awesome.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go drink more coffee, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. Yeah. So church today at 5, you say?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I'll see if I can make it for that. I got some errands to run. I'm not sure where I'm gonna be, but
whoa.
what?
Empty wheels up on the Flynn thing. Which maybe I'll put it in our message thread. We can talk about it on Monday. How about that?
Right.
That way Zoe won't have to take any more drugs than absolutely necessary. Unless they're the good kind. In which case, have at her.
I'm ready for a mushroom dose.
Oh my God.
I mean, I would maybe if it was legal, I might do that.
Right. Hypothetically speaking.
You know, that's what the kids say anyway. Yeah.
I hypothetically would entirely and totally agree with you on that situation.
Yeah. I think I need a serotonin reset.
It works.
It would help my sleep pattern for sure. It always does. It's the only thing that fixes my sleep pattern when it's fucked up.
Oh yeah.
So, yes.
I want to live in the world where that nasal spray becomes legal and ubiquitous.
Right. Yeah, microdosing psilocybin nasal spray would be a pretty good thing right about now.
I would be on that like white on rice.
All right.
All right,
man. Love you guys very much. It was great to see you today. Thanks for hanging out with us and talking about stuff other than
hail baby Yoda.
Yeah, and keep it real, as our buddy Sasquatch would stay. Sasquatch would stay real. That's right. That's how that's going to go. We're out of here. We love you guys. We'll see you tonight at 5. Well, Corey will definitely see you. Maybe I will. Where is that happening? Is that happening on Facebook or here on YouTube? What's the plan?
The YouTube.
And yeah, that's going to do it for today. That's Corey. I'm Greg. Thanks for joining us. And we will see you guys. I think I already said all this. We're out of here.
Monday?
Sasquatch is real. Yeah.